Guys, Ancient Warrior, welcome back to Prepping in Free America. If you like what you hear here, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be the first kid on your block to know what craziness I'm talking about next, hit the bell icon with all. And leave comments. I'll get to them as quick as I can, folks. There's a theme going on today. Gray hat, gray shirt, gray pants, gray socks, and yes, my shorts are gray. Black shoes, black boots. What are we talking about, guys? We're talking about the gray man theory. I just had a conversation on Sunday night with a young lady and her husband. And I say they're young. They're mid-40s. You know, at 71, everybody looks young now. But, folks, they said they had all their equipment set up to be gray, a gray man. And I couldn't resist it. And I asked him, I said, were you in the military? And he said, oh, yeah. He said, 5 years infantry. I said, okay. Did you take SEER training? And he looked at me and said, no. Were you special forces? No. Then, where did you get your training to be a gray man? And he kind of looked funny at me, and I said, look, I'm going to relate the story I related to him. During the Rodney King riots in 1992, I was on the ground. I worked for an NGO. For those of you not aware of that acronym, it's a non-governmental organization. This was in 1992. I was working for a organization as an investigator because of my background with psychology. They wanted me to help them look into all the perceived injustices from the police to the black and Latino and Asian communities in LA. As you know, the riots broke out when they acquitted all the officers involved in the beating of Rodney King. The group I worked with, there was 20 of us. We worked in either a 2 or a 3-man team. I was fortunate I had a 3-man team with me. It was me and 2 other guys. I was taking pictures. And let me tell you something, folks. I'm going to tell you something right now. I have some heroes that I saw that day. It was those 5 Korean businessmen who got up on top of the building and was bound and determined they were not going to burn or loot their stores. They took their AKs and their SKSs and crawled up on the roof and defended their businesses. Thus, California came up with a new set of laws to stop people from being able to defend their property. You know, I wasn't a big gun man at that time. I owned a I owned a K98 Mauser for deer. I had a 45 pistol, an old Colt Arms 45 that had been handed down to me from my dad. I also had a Colt 380 pocket pistol that I kept as a backup. Guys, what I saw that day, and I've tried in part to tell people this, there is no such thing as a gray man. The only guys I know that can really effectively become gray men are generally SEALs, Rangers or Green Beret, pararescue or forward observers, force recon, and Marine Raiders. Now, if I missed anybody, any Special Forces group, I apologize, but those are the main ones I used to deal with. And not the Raiders. Well, I did deal with a couple of Raiders, because my father was one of them from World War II. I'm going to tell you something, guys. I have the greatest respect for men like Jason Pike from Tactical Frogman, Mike from over at Fieldcraft Survival, the Prepared Airman. You know, these guys I listen to. Why do I pay attention to them? Because they're smart. They know things I don't anymore. You know, I told you just a minute ago, I'm 71. Now, here's the best way to be a gray man and not end up being Kyle Rittenhouse. Avoid the area. Don't go in to a riot zone. Avoid it. Let law enforcement, let military do what they want, what they need to do, without you being in the way. In 1992, the LAPD, the LA Sheriff's Department, was overwhelmed by the amount of people in the streets. There were paid provocateurs in that group, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't, I want you to understand that this was not a total organic movement. We were pretty sure, well, no, I'm gonna back this up. We damn well knew that there were Russians, Cubans, and Colombians involved. You know, the big three at the time that we were dealing with. And they were winding people up. What they won't tell you is that the car thefts in the South Central area was unreal. I met a couple of truckers who lost their semis, tractor and trailer. And they lost their jobs for losing the trucks. But LAPD was escorting everybody out of the area, and you couldn't drive out. One of the people who found that out the hard way was Reginald Denny. A couple of guys drug him out of the truck, crushed his skull with a cinder block, and he'll never be the same. I tried to look him up the other day, and I just didn't find much. Guys, if you're going to be a gray man, the best way to be a gray man is to avoid the area. Skirt the area as far out as you can. I was thinking the next few days I might show you my route home in the daytime. It looks a whole lot less scary. Guys, oh, one of the other people I want to give kudos to is Pastor Joe Fox over at Viking Preparedness. You know, these guys, sorry folks, but I got to go on. Okay. But back to what I was talking about, folks, before I was rudely interrupted by my phone. I want to tell you I appreciate Pastor Joe Fox, ex-Special Forces, or Special Forces, and author. He's got a book called The Family Survival, I believe is the name of it. I have a copy out in the den, but I'm pretty sure that's the name of it, by Pastor Joseph Fox. And he has a YouTube and Patreon channel. And he doesn't pull punches, folks. Sugarcoating crap in this area is not doing anybody any favors. Now, I referred to in the first of this video, don't become a Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse had all the intentions of doing all the great things, and somebody handed him an AR-15, and thank God they did, because he'd have been killed. Antifa, the anarchist, Black Lives Matter, you know, I can list a dozen terrorist groups, American terrorist groups, that are as well armed as some of us. You know, guys, I'm telling you, if a riot breaks out in your city, stay out of the riot zone. Don't go video it. Let crazy people go down there and be involved in all that. Be sane. Stay at your home and prepare for it to come to your block. Now, you don't want it right at your front door. You want to get it before it gets there. Get a group of neighbors together and get prepared. Oh, short night, long days. Good God. I'm getting too old for this. Guys, I love you enough to tell you the truth. Stay out of the violence. You're not Rambo. Unless you're trained in tactics of special forces, or you have SEER training, stay the hell out of the mess. Let law enforcement and the military take care of it. Now, if you've got a store and you're in your home or your business is right in the middle of everything, a business can be replaced as long as you got decent insurance. Your home can be replaced. Get away. Guys, when I was younger, I was stupid. I loved walking into a hornet's nest. At 71, not so crazy about getting into a hornet's nest now. We had an issue right here in Amarillo a while back, where there was a big fight down on the main drag. Bunch of people I knew said, "Oh, we're going to go see what's going on." And one of them said, "You going to come with us?" And I said, "Nope." Kind of looked funny at me, and I said, "I'll read about it on the news. They don't need me." And all my friends know I carry. I carry every day. So, with that being said, folks, this is kind of a long video, but I understand you wanting to be pseudo-invisible. But during the riots of '92, folks, one of the things we had to deal with, what we had to pay attention to, was the gangs. The Bloods, the Crips, and Latin Kings, and, just various groups. I watched a set of Crips was running together. One of the lesser members had come across some stuff that one of the lead guys wanted, and four of them beat the crap out of that kid just to take what he had. Guys, they're not going to care. I tell people to look as shabby as possible, but don't make yourself look like a victim. That's the reason I tell you, if there's problems going on, skirt it. Take your pack, take your get-home bag, and get around it. If you're allowed in your state or locale to carry a firearm with you. Now, when I go to work every day, I've got two firearms. I've got my AR, and I've got my 9mm. Most of it, the AR is just for pure show. I doubt I'll ever have to pull it. I pray I never do. But the other thought is, I sure don't want to be without it. If the bad guys come knocking at my door, expecting to take what we've got. So, guys, with that being said, I've been rambling and babbling and discombobulated because I'm tired. I got about 3 hours sleep last night, so I'm gonna go take a nap. Y'all have a good day. Be blessed. Be safe. And stay out of the firefights if you can. I'm the Ancient Warrior. We're out.